The pros and cons of living in Santa Rosa, California in 2024. God, I can't even believe it's 2024, but there's been a lot of changes since I last made a pros and cons video about Santa Rosa. So I figured I'd bring one to you now, and make sure you stick around to the end of the video, where I'm basically going to be going over a very controversial topic about Santa Rosa that may lead a lot of people to not want to move here. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? My name is Danny M. Cronin. I'm a real estate agent right here in Santa Rosa. And if this is your very first time to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I drop a video once a week, every single week, all having to do with living in Sonoma County. And if you do not know by now, I am a full-time real estate agent. So if you have any questions at all about the real estate market, wanting to move here, sell, rent, whatever the case may be, all of my contact information is down below, so make sure you reach out. And with that being said, let's get right into today's video. Okay, so I usually like to start these videos out with something positive, but this is such an important topic. I figured I would address it right here in the very beginning. And to be honest, it's something I have a number of different clients trying to relocate here having problems with, and that is limited jobs here in not only Santa Rosa, but Sonoma County. Now, we are a fairly big city, but when you put us up to San Diego, New York, some of these other bigger states, cities that have obviously just endless amounts of jobs constantly available, that is where we lack. Santa Rosa is small, but it's also relatively big for Sonoma County. We are the biggest city in Sonoma County, but we're still only a couple 100,000 people. And a big issue, obviously, if Santa Rosa is a place you want to move to, you absolutely have to find a job or transfer. We see a lot of people transferring jobs coming up this way. Luckily, we do still have some flexibility there for those people living in different areas to be able to relocate here with their jobs. But a lot of people, you know, maybe they are in a tech company, maybe they are a big investment banker, whatever the case is. If those types of people with those jobs want to relocate here, finding a job similar to the field you're in now may be a challenge, because again, we are small. I think the most popular job we have here, since we have a couple different hospitals, is being in the medical field. We have Sutter, Memorial, Kaiser. Those are our big time medical offices here. So if you're in that field, I'm sure there is a way to find a job. Now, since we are smaller, with, you know, a lot of people relocating here over the last couple of years, I imagine that those fields are getting more and more backed up with applicants. So all dependent on timing, but obviously being able to find a job here, depending on the career field you're in, can be a challenge. Switching it up here, and the number one pro for me and my family living in Santa Rosa, being born and raised here my entire life, summertime season with so many different things to do. Now that we have a little guy now, I got a little 3-year-old, so we're able to do kid stuff, and it's really opened my eyes up to Santa Rosa and the just the amount of different things you can do with kids. Obviously, when I was younger, I didn't have to worry about this. I was just trying to figure out what was the best thing to do with me and my friends in town. But now, switching gears, being a dad, having a 3-year-old, having to find things for him to do, otherwise he will stay in the house and just go crazy, it is a huge plus. So there's a number of different things that we've been doing lately. Number one, now that it's getting a little bit nicer out, we've started to go swimming a little bit. So there's a couple different swimming pools you can go to. We like going to the Flamingo Hotel in Santa Rosa. You could just buy a quick little day pass, have access to the pool all day long. It's giant. We were literally there yesterday. I don't know if you can tell, I got a little bit of a sunburn now, which is something I'm not used to. Pools, a ton of different sport options. Epic Center has soccer classes for kids. They have basketball classes for kids. Apart from classes and sporting activities there, they have a giant arcade area. They have jumpy houses. They have a number of different things. And when it comes to summertime specific events, another big thing my son's into right now is monster trucks. And they have monster truck events at the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds, at the Petaluma Fairgrounds. We went to the show last year in Petaluma, and this year we're going to go to the Santa Rosa show. I've been before a couple years ago. It's been a while. So we're looking forward to that. Also, Santa Rosa does a thing called the Country Summer Concert, and it's at the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds, and it is a blast. They have a number of different country artists come in. They have great food, all local vendors, great beer. We have amazing local beer here in Santa Rosa, Sonoma County. So having access to all of those people all in the same spot while enjoying some amazing country music is a big thing my family and I are into. Obviously, we have farmers markets, flea markets. The big one that we always go to is right downtown Santa Rosa. They have a huge square there where they have local vendors. So just being able to find outdoor activities, whether you're single, married, have kids, no kids, really doesn't matter. The options are endless. One thing I'm looking forward to playing in the summertime is being able to play summer golf. Recently have gotten really big into golf, so having access to the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds golf course, a nice little 9-hole, being able to play that in the summer days so it's not all wet as I've been playing recently. So I'm looking forward to that. Hiking, they have marathons here, the Santa Rosa Marathon at the end of the year in August. That is going to be great. So it doesn't really matter what you're into, what you have or don't have. There is definitely fun that can be had here for you in Santa Rosa. And that takes us to con number 2. Now this is something that is obvious, but when someone is relocating here to from a different area, it's oftentimes overlooked. So many people are just obsessed with finding whatever their budget looks like and then finding a neighborhood to purchase a home in. A lot of people don't take into account what utilities look like. And that leads us to con number 2, and that's utilities. It's no secret, obviously living in California, Santa Rosa, it is expensive when it comes to property values, state taxes, and things like that. But again, things that get easily overlooked are bills, because again, when people are buying a home, all they're concerned with is the house and what their monthly mortgage is going to be. They don't factor in some of these utilities like we have here, PG&E. We have our trash, which is Recology, and we have Santa Rosa City Water. And that's if you're inside the city limits, those are 3 bills you are going to pay. Obviously, if you're outside of city limits, you're going to be, you have septic and well. So a little bit difference, a little bit of a variance there. But, these things can definitely add up. Obviously, we need water. We have to take our trash out, and we need gas and electric. These are essential things you have to have. Something that you may want to look into if you are into purchasing a home wherever you are looking is solar panels. We have solar here. To be honest, I have pros and cons to having solar, leasing or owning. Owning is definitely a lot better if you lease it. For me, it doesn't make sense, but again, that's another conversation for another day. So there are ways to kind of go around bills here in Santa Rosa, but it's something to think about. If you're putting every single dollar of your budget into your mortgage, you need to save some more on the side because you're gonna have bills. Those 3 utility companies, Santa Rosa Water, Recology, PG&E, you cannot get away from those if you're in the city limits. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, please do me a huge favor, hit the like button. It takes you 2 seconds and it really helps me out a whole lot. And if you want to see more content just like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I will put it down below right here. Tap it so you are notified next time I drop a video. And if you guys are really considering thinking about moving to Santa Rosa or any of these surrounding cities, all of my contact information is right here. Again, I'm a full-time real estate agent. The first step I always take when someone reaches out having questions about Santa Rosa is we schedule a quick Zoom call to go over your wants and needs and to see if I am gonna be able to help you. So all of that contact information is right here. Let's get back to the video. Another pro about living in Santa Rosa, for me, this is great. I love Santa Rosa. I love how small it has been over the last few years. But as we progress into a new era, Santa Rosa is growing. I know a lot of people look at that as a con, but for me, being a local here, being a real estate agent, this is nothing but a plus. We're starting to see more new developments pop up all over town, brand new homes being built. Depending on the area, you can find brand new homes in the 600,000s. And that is exceptional. Usually when you're thinking of brand new construction, brand new home, you're thinking at least 800 to $1 million, but it really depends. And that's another great thing about Santa Rosa. It is so diverse here. Every single neighborhood really varies quite a bit in value. So whatever your budget is, if you're looking for a home, it's definitely possible here in Santa Rosa. But for this pro, I wanted to say growth, and I wanted to say new homes being built, and I also wanted to say homes being built in different price brackets. So having the flexibility, whatever your budget is, if you want to purchase a home, whether it be new construction, a resale, whatever, whatever your budget is, usually we can find it for you right here in town. And that leads me to my last and final point about Santa Rosa, California, a con that is mentioned pretty much every single day when I'm researching different articles, when I am reading my YouTube comments. The number one thing I see is homelessness here in Santa Rosa. Now, there's no going around it. It's obvious if you're driving around, if you live here, you're gonna see homelessness scattered throughout the city. I mean, I wish I had a better answer for this. All I can say really about this is that yes, we do have a homeless problem here in town. Over the last couple of years, it has felt like it's starting to get a little bit better, and then things kind of go backwards a little bit, and then it's you know, you see it a lot more in your everyday life. So growing up when I was a little kid, here in town, I can't remember having a homeless problem this bad. Maybe it was something I didn't pay attention to since I was young, but being older now, having a family, so it is an adjustment here. Obviously, you know, every single area in America, as far as I know, has homelessness. So are we better than some places? Absolutely. Can we be worse than some places? I'm sure we can be. So, you know, we do have homeless people here. It's a thing. Depending on what part of town you venture to, you may see more of them, you may see less of them, but it definitely is a problem. And on that, also kind of piggybacking off of that in more, you know, in a more negative light here is that, you know, the fires. We had big fires in 2017. It was called the Tubbs Fire. Devastated a lot of Santa Rosa, a lot of the more northeast part of Santa Rosa, but we've certainly rebuilt. You know, looking at it from a positive light here, I like to think we've made a lot of changes. There's evacuation routes now. There's more access to more fire roads. PG&E is able to turn on and off utilities if there is a fire advisory, whatever the case is, just to kind of keep things a little bit more on the safe side. So I hate ending a video in such a negative light, but I wanted to save this for the end because I know a lot of people are researching this. Maybe they're seeing some of the same content that I'm seeing. So wanted to throw that out there and let you know, yes, Santa Rosa is not a perfect city. Maybe it's for you and maybe it's not. Hopefully my videos are shining a little bit more light on that and helping you make a more educated decision as to if you want to move here or not. That's gonna wrap up this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And of course, if you have any real estate related questions at all, my number one step is setting up a quick Zoom meeting with you where we just basically go over your wants and needs and I see how I can help you and we start getting the ball rolling. So if that's something for you, please reach out. All my contact information is down below. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.